Hi, my name is Katie and welcome to my Booktube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing the Booktube Newbie Tag with you because this is my first Booktube video. Why did you start this channel? I have wanted to start this channel for a couple months now. I just found Booktube probably earlier this fall, but I've been active on the Bookstagram community for over a year, maybe even 2 years with some breaks in between. I love to talk about books and I like to build a community of readers around me, and I feel like I have more to share about books than what Bookstagram allows. So that's why I wanted to try Booktube. I did try a blog and I just found that that's just not the right medium for me right now. I wasn't getting a lot of page views and I was spending a lot of time writing, and I really just want to interact with people maybe more visually because I know that that's kind of the way the world is going, is to video, and I love watching Booktube, so I thought, why not give it a try myself? What are some fun and unique things that you think you can bring to Booktube? Well, I'm just not really sure. I mean, this is my first video. I feel like I have some great ideas and things that I definitely want to try. I've been inspired by some other booktubers to do different types of experiments and different types of videos and just share what I'm reading with you. So I hope that you'll find that my videos are fun and unique, and maybe that's for you to decide what I uniquely bring to this community. What are you most excited for about the new channel? I'm just excited to give it a try. I've always wanted to try new things, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I feel like this is the platform for the types of ideas and book videos that I want to make, and how I want to tailor my reading to that. So I'm just excited for that. I'm excited to meet new people. I've had a really great experience so far on Bookstagram with meeting people and engaging with readers, and I'm just hoping that I'll find even more people to engage with here on Booktube as well. Why do you love reading? Well, I've always loved reading. I don't really remember not liking reading. I've of course gone through phases in my life where I maybe didn't read as often. I can recall like in university that I didn't read for pleasure as much because I was so bogged down with reading for school. There was a time when I was working abroad in England that I also just didn't read very much. But I would say that for like the past 5 years, I've been pretty consistent, and reading has definitely been a high priority in my life. I love stories. So whether those stories are fictional or whether they're nonfiction, when somebody is sharing a story or you get a glimpse into somebody else's life, I really am drawn to characters. So I really like character-based books. I also love movies. I love TV shows even more than I love movies because you get that span of time to really get to know characters and be with them through different storylines. And that's really why I love reading, is I just love experiencing other people's stories and empathizing and seeing the world from different perspective and just getting unique perspectives or traveling to different places through books. Those are some of the reasons why I really, really love reading. What book or series got you into reading? I loved The Babysitter's Club as a kid. I don't know if that actually got me into reading because I feel like I've always been a reader, but that is definitely a series that like I devoured and loved. And actually I remember being in the 4th grade and getting in trouble from my teacher because that was all I read. And not like trouble, like detention trouble or anything, but just trouble as in like, you need to read something else because like this is all that your book reports are every week is a different Babysitter's Club book, and you should just try to broaden your horizons. But I just love the Babysitter's Club. Like I read some like horse themed book like Saddle Club and Pony Pals. As a kid, I definitely was a Robert Munsch fan with picture books. I've always loved Robert Munsch. I have memories of parents reading Robert Munsch to me. So I've just always loved books, but I don't feel like there's one book or series that like really, really got me into reading because I feel like I've always been a reader. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So I would say I have about 3 favorite booktubers, and I'll link them down below. But if I could ask them questions, it would probably just be, you know, what advice do you have for new booktubers? What is the hardest or most challenging part of being on Booktube? What do you enjoy the most about Booktube? And, you know, do you have any like thing that you wish you just knew when you started Booktube that you can pass along? So I would definitely seek them out for guidance, mentorship, but also like, you know, maybe they could share creative ideas, or we could do something together down the road. I don't know, but that's kind of what I would ask my favorite booktubers. What challenge do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Like, this is the first time that I've really filmed a video of myself. I'm new to editing, so I feel like editing might be a hurdle that I have to get past. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so that might be also tricky. Being consistent, posting every week, because life and work can get really busy. I feel like I'm excited about it enough that hopefully like those challenges won't stop me. They'll just push me forward, and it's all about learning new things and trying new things and just having a new experience. So I'm really excited. I think that, you know, it won't necessarily always be easy, but I think that it will be a lot of fun. So when did you start reading? So like I said, like I feel like I've always been a reader. I don't remember learning to read. I feel like I was born reading, which I know is not possible, but that is just how I feel. I don't remember struggling ever to read. I just feel like I've just always been a reader. Maybe that's unusual, but it's reading. Like, I've never just not been able to do it in my memories. Where do you read? So I tend to read everywhere. I read in bed, I read on the couch, I'll read outside. I love to read outside. So in the summertime, I have this patio lounger, and like that is my spot. That's where you'll find me. At work, like on my lunch break. The only places that I can't really read lately in the last few years, I can't read in the car, unfortunately, because I do get motion sickness. I just read wherever. Just find a spot. I can read when it's noisy. I can read when it's quiet. I can read pretty much anywhere. So I read everywhere. And the last question is, what do you like to read? So I enjoy reading a wide variety of books. I feel like I don't stick to one genre. I'm pretty flexible, but I love like contemporary fiction, literary fiction, women's fiction the most. I do read thrillers, but I find that my foray into thrillers is still relatively new. I haven't read a lot of them, finding out exactly what I like in thrillers. I don't read a lot of fantasy. I don't read a ton of sci-fi. We'll read some mystery, but again, not a lot, unless it's more of a thriller. I don't read a lot of YA anymore. I used to read a lot of YA as a teenager and like in my early 20s, but I find that now it doesn't engage me as much anymore. So if I'm gonna read a YA, it has to be like amazing or really popular, and I just want to find out what it is. Yeah, I tend to stick to more just general fiction, women's fiction, some romance, but again, not like really crazy or chick flicky type romance. Like I feel like I'm just a very like literary contemporary reader. And I also read a lot of nonfiction. So I do read like a lot of memoirs and biographies. I love reading those, especially as audiobooks. Definitely enjoy nonfiction because that's just a great way to get stories about people's lives, and then they're actually like true people. So I really, really enjoyed that. That is the newbie book tag. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in my next video.